Hello, hi, how is everybody? Thank you for being here. I just wanted to run a video and kind of let some trickle in. Hello, hello. I'm underwater today. So I did change the time on the live. That is why I kind of let a few minutes, go on the video. So that's what's going on. Okay, so can everyone hear me okay? I just want to make sure. Let's see here. I want to make sure I'm not going to get feedback. My mic is not muted. I think I learned from last time. I think I got this StreamYard thing down. Let me do. Why won't this shut up? Okay. Looks like it did. All right. Hello, hello. If let's see. Let me make sure. Somebody, anybody? Anybody? Nobody? Jessica, thank you for answering. I'm just sitting here going, can anybody hear me? And like nobody is speaking. And I'm like, hello, thank you for being here. Okay, so let me just. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you being here. Your lives have been during the day and I've been missing them. So I'm just like, and then the other night I woke up and you were covering Kaylin. So I was like, that was my first lolcow. So, but I was too like groggy to get on there. Thank you so much. Yes, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Not at all. Let me get this footage off of here. Okay. And then we'll go back to, I have a few things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do a different live. So I'm underwater because this Titan submersive kind of caught my eye in the news the past few days. And oh, you got stuff in your hair. Cool. Okay. Well, I need to see what color you're doing then. So I just kind of got to thinking, you know, there are some really, really, really weird things going on. And so there are dumb things, there are sad things, and there are conspiracy things in my head. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's okay to think about all of those, right? I mean, I just, yeah, yes. And I agree. However, I do have some thoughts though. So we had some really, 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 really ultra wealthy. I am giving Jessica rabbit me. Oh boy. Oh. Thank you, but okay, maybe I've got a 90s look going on. I mean, maybe I need a new look. So I got to, and also my light, y'all. I mean, as you, yeah. Well, my hair, I don't usually straighten my hair. Well, if I thought I looked really, really awful, I probably wouldn't be on here right now. But I was like, well, it's presentable. I'm at that age where I'm like, well, if thank you. if I look halfway decent and like eyelashes aren't hanging off and like an eyebrow isn't hello CrossFit stuff, then I'll walk out the door. I mean, my back hurts too much to do my hair a lot, and so it's hard to really take care of myself these days. So I mean, this is a quick look. This is like low effort. I don't know. Oh, okay. You put your head in the sink. Am I blocked? Nobody is blocked. Hi, Mystical. Um, so Jessica, I might make you a moderator. Because I don't have one. And I want to be able to talk without going at the chat. I know you have your head in the sink, but when you get out, we will do this. So anyway, I'm going to talk about like quite a few things, but it's all going to stay on the same subject. We had very smart people. I will mod, but I'm scared for anyone being friends with me. Well, no, I mean, I just don't want someone coming in here and like saying something nasty and getting my life shut down. All I was asking was for, that kind of stuff. I have a lot of words in there. Like it's kind of a self-moderation, but other than that, that's all I was asking. You know what I mean? Like, bots and things like that. Hi, Rita Rinker. So this immersive, so I live in Washington State, and I know all the places they were talking about, in Everett. And so I was a little interested in the materials that were used on this. And I just kind of like, I don't understand. So the main thing is that we had a man known as Mr. Titanic on this thing, and very, very intelligent. And then we had a lot of money sitting crisscross applesauce on that little capsule. And with my intuition, just looking at a picture of that, I'm just going to call it a capsule, y'all, because that's what it is. Just looking at it, it kind of made me sick. It didn't look like something that should be going down very far underwater. So it just set something off. I don't know. Anyway, so and then when I hear that, now I can't pronounce a lot of the names, and I'm not going to mutilate names. So when thank you. So anyway, so when I heard that there was a man who had talked his 19-year-old son into going onto this capsule, I thought to myself, that's an awful feeling, because then later, after they were reported dead, we'll leave conspiracies aside right now. When they were reported dead, I thought, this is not a healthy father-son relationship. I have a 19-year-old, and I would hope that I never, ever make my children feel like they have to do something that seems dangerous, is dangerous, specifies death over 3 times on the first page of the waiver. So I don't know. So anyway, Theater Beauty. I don't know what to tell you. I am Chubby Shadow. And I'm not really doing any storytelling. I'm talking about the Titanic submissive. So for those of you just rolling in, I wanted to talk about, I guess, all things Titanic and the recent happenings with the Titanic submersive. I'm going to end up getting tongue-tied and embarrass myself. And maybe talk about some conspiracies. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, hi Betty Boykin. It's good to see you. Yes, it was very sad about the 19-year-old, and it hit really hard because I have a 19-year-old and he's sweet as pie. And the thing is, though, is that my 19-year-old and I have a good enough relationship where if I was like, look, let's go on this thing and go down to the Titanic, he and I are very interested in the Titanic, but he would back out. He'd be like, I love you, but no, you know? So I feel really sad to hear from the aunt that the 19-year-old wanted to bond with his father for Father's Day and please his father. Those were the words that were used. And I just thought, wow. Sounded like there was this space between the two. And families with money, that tends to be the thing. I mean, we're not talking about people who are comfortable rich. We're talking about people who are ultra rich. So, Jessica, I will need a moderator. So let me do this really quick. And I don't want to get into really crazy conspiracy theories. What I want to get into is, why do the ultra rich want to go down to Titanic? We'll get into that. I just kind of want to lay out what I want to talk about so everyone can decide if they want to stay or go. I mean, I'm not that interesting. So anyway, I wanted to kind of lay that out as my topics, and yeah, get into that a little bit. Also, maybe talk about a few things about the Titanic and how that kind of started the ultra rich. Anyway, so let me see here. Uh-oh, I need my glasses because I'm old. How embarrassing. Okay, so ta-da. Let me go to oh, am I going to, let's see here. I'm just going to sit and stare at you guys for a minute. Let me click on this. And then there we are. There you are, dear. Okay. Hang on, you guys. Sorry, my son called me. He was at work, so he called. Okay, so let's get this thing going. Okay, moderating, I don't want to like block everybody. I just don't want any like bots or anything weird. You still there, Jessica? Everyone's still there. Sorry about the interruptions, guys. Okay, so anyway, starting with the Titanic, I do know that with historical documents and all that, JP Morgan was going to be on the Titanic. So let's start there. We all know who JP Morgan is. And he pulled out at the last minute, decided not to board. And his competitors went down with the Titanic. So that left him to be ultra successful and ultra rich. So there we go with the Titanic being this vessel of wealth. And another thing that I want to point out is that, first of all, the Titanic would not be so interesting if they had put enough. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. If they had had enough lifeboats, the Titanic wouldn't be this big story, right? I mean, everyone would have. Yes. You're right, Betty. I agree with that. Yes, it's the whole thing. And it's even like with us regular folks, like when a movie comes out, everyone rushes to be the first one to see it opening night, right? I mean, it's all about bragging rights and, oh, well, I got to go see blah, blah, Spider-Man, whatever. And so, yeah, it's all about, I'm experiencing this thing that not a lot of people are able to. Also, ultra rich, being bored, they have everything, etc. Those are the obvious things. But getting back to the Titanic, so, if they had had enough lifeboats, we wouldn't really be thinking anything of it. There wouldn't be this movie, this mystery, this whole what if so-and-so had survived. The whole thing is really creepy. Just everything about it. Oh, this can't fail, so let's just throw about 10 lifeboats on there. I mean, that's not historically accurate, but close. And we know that through interviews, that some people thought that they were going to hop on the lifeboat and be able to come back. So they locked up their chests full of valuables and they took the keys with them and yes, Carissa, you're right. So that too. I mean, there's all this stuff going on, but the thing is that we had some really, really rich people on there and they left their treasures, right? So what do the ultra rich know that we don't? And why is everyone wanting to go down there besides the fact that, the ultra rich are bored, they have everything, blah, 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 blah. Yes. So, I agree with that. So we do know that rich people, well, the elite rich, I mean, you know, I'm not talking about like these people who have a lot of money and stuff. We're talking about the ultra rich. I mean, they wake up thinking about how to make more money. So when you see these ultra rich people going to places like the Titanic, it makes me wonder, what are they after? What do they know? So I actually, let me see here, actually looked it up. Let me see if I can do this correctly. um this is where I might have to get my glasses. Yes, there it is. My mouse is being stupid. There it goes. Okay, so here we are. We have I cannot. You know, I get so close and so far away. um Oops. I don't want to highlight it. There we go. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it's not moving over there though, is it? Why? Oh, there it goes. So let me do this. I don't know why. Oops. There we go. I'm so sorry. It's like, you know, just when I think I have it. Okay. Let me get my glasses. Okay. So this particular article shows some things that were found. And so another thing that I wanted to bring up is you know, in 1985 there was a secret mission to go go find 2 U.S. nuclear submarines that had been there since 1960. And the U.S. used the Titanic as an excuse to go find those without Russia and others knowing. So, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Does it say here? It doesn't say here. But anyway, yeah. Now that I believe the one you're talking about is that Mr. Titanic. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm sorry, and I don't want to mutilate. Yes, he was the brains of the bunch, and I don't understand why he thought it was okay to get on that capsule. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show this. So anyway, in 1985, so and they just recently released this video footage of the Titanic a few months ago. But anyway, so they were hiding that little we're going to the Titanic to find the nuclear sub. So, and then they came back in 1987, as it says here on the article. So yeah. Yeah, so there's that. I just wanted to show it and talk about that a little bit. So there's still a lot of stuff there that is worth a lot of money. I mean, you know, I don't want to go into chemistry right now and talk about, you know, blah, 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 rust, salt, do. But, you know, I don't know if it would be worth even going there to do that. Another thing is, are we again saying, you know, the ultra rich saying, oh, we're going to the Titanic. And then they're going somewhere else. So, I mean, we have got to know more about the ocean. It's 2023. We've got to know more about the ocean than we used to. So that's just how I feel. I'm not going to make this like a super duper intellectual thing. I just want to talk. So, anyway, there's that. I mean, why are they going there? James Cameron's been down there 33 times. I get it. I'm sure there are people who do want to go down there and see Titanic and study it. I do get it. There are people that do want to go do that. Okay. But there's something going on in Titanic. I'm interested in the Titanic. Because it's just a horrible thing. It's kind of like it's turned into like this also paranormal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's also, so the Titanic makes you go, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And then other subjects come out of it. Like, oh man, I wonder, you know. And then there's also videos on YouTube about the objects in museums still holding on to energy. So if you want to get into paranormal, you can go that route. But tonight we won't get into paranormal. So anyway, the CEO, Stockton Rush. Let's talk about him a little bit. So I also like psychology. Oh, there was also this article. I'm sorry. Let me see here. Yeah, there was this here too. So, why tech billionaires can't get enough of the deep ocean? And it actually, it's not just me that wants to know. And this was written back April 6, 2012. I can read that without my glasses. So anyway, if you had a few $1 billion of extra cash, how would you spend it? Maybe buy a couple of mansions, a fancy car, or eat gold sprinkled caviar every day. To many billionaires, that list sounds about right, but to a growing coterie, is that the proper pronunciation of the super rich? The placid luxuries of a pampered life leave something to be desired. They seek adventure, a bit of excitement that still maintains the sheen of exclusivity they cultivate so carefully. So, yeah, I mean, so that there's that. So, you know, so this thing happened on Sunday, and I have just been busy. Like this happened on Sunday, they took off, and then Monday was going on and I was busy. And then Tuesday morning, I got 3 hours of sleep. I woke up very early and it was all over the news about this thing. So like for 2 days, I had no idea this was going on. I wasn't even online that much. I just had appointments and things to do. And so I lost like all this time and news reports about this, and I had to catch up. And I'm like, is this going to start bringing up the Titanic again, you know? And I was like, here we go. Now I'm going to start like wanting to read and watch videos again about like everything Titanic. What is it about it, you know? And once you like start doing the Titanic thing and you step into that hole, you just go around and around again. So I started seeing interviews with this Stockton Rush guy, and they showed the joystick and all this stuff, and everyone's been making fun of that. And it's like, ha ha ha, okay. It is kind of funny. It is kind of weird. And he was bragging about, I went to Camping World and I bought this, you know, thing. It was this grab bar or something. I don't know. And he's like, and I went and did this and I went and did that. And he was bragging about how he like did a DIY sub. Like, in my opinion, it was just like I was waiting for him to say, go to my YouTube channel and learn how to build a sub yourself, you know? And I'm like, it just gave me these odd vibes. And I'm like, dude, what the heck is going on? And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, this isn't like how to upgrade your family room or your living room. This is not like a Home Depot trip. It was so disgusting to me how little he cared about safety. That's all there is to it. I can't think of the word that I thought of when I first saw this, but it was safety. And then I heard him say this. Safety is just pure waste. Oh boy. So he told journalist David Pogue, at some point, safety is just pure waste. I mean, if you just want to be safe, don't get out of bed, don't get in your car, don't do anything. At some point, you're going to take some risk, and it really is a risk reward question. What? And this guy wanted to convince people. He wants to convince people that this is a good idea to get on this capsule the size of a minivan, sit crisscross applesauce with no shoes on, look at a bunch of laptops, and just chill as you go 13,000 feet down to see the Titanic. Why? Why would you want someone like that telling you it's going to be okay? Why would you want someone in charge of you like that? I know that they signed a waiver, but it's my first thought was sociopathic, how he spoke. And then it was I watched Todd Grande. He's a therapist on YouTube, and he said that he definitely met the criteria for narcissism. So I was like, oh, okay, it's not sociopathic, it's narcissist, whatever. It's still like disregard for other humans. I don't know. It just makes me sick to my stomach. I'm like, there are people out there who are trying to tell people this is okay, and that, you know, they're really good at convincing people. I don't know. Um, I guess there was another father and son, very wealthy, who were going to get on there, and they decided not to. It's a video on YouTube I saw today, and absolutely, Betty. Yes, absolutely. It's he did an interview with CBS and other like news outlets, and it just it it's so, maybe I'm just hypersensitive to people who are just like, if you think safety is such a big deal, don't get out of bed, don't get in your car, don't walk around. Like, and they say it like, look, you weenie, you know, it's like, quit being such a wuss. Everything is dangerous. Just deal with it. That kind of attitude to me is it's he's not just being a jerk. Like, this guy really thinks that way. And so we have a lot of people nowadays walking around talking to people like that. And it's really scary. So from a psychological standpoint, I'm like, I don't know. And I don't laugh at people who fall for people who talk like that, because it's easy for me to sit here from behind a computer screen or a TV screen or, you know, radio, driving in the car, whatever, and hearing him say that, because I'm like, dude, you suck, you know, change channel and like move on. But when you're like, okay, let's say this is about the Titanic. You're wanting to see the Titanic really bad, or I don't know, let's think of something. You want to like go to the moon, and you want to like fly up there, see the moon, and then come back down. And someone's like, yeah, I mean, I've taken this thing to the moon, we've come back down 20 times. And you're like, I don't know, I really want to see the moon. You know, think about something you've really, really wanted to do, you know, and you're kind of scared, but someone's like, oh, you know, let's do it. And you're like, okay, you know. So you can't look at the people who went along and say idiots, because it's like, okay. And then you look at the 19-year-old who wanted to please his father. So you kind of have to look at this guy and go, wow. Anyway, yeah, that's enough on him. But I guess his wife had great grandparents or great grandparents or something that had passed away on the Titanic. And he is of wealth, old money, you know, as they used to say. Horrible way to say it. But so he's never known a day without money. And I guess he wanted to be an astronaut. His eyesight was bad, all that stuff. So yeah, but moving on to his capsule, his submersive, you know, it's interesting to me that he's like, regulations, we don't need no stinking regulations, safety, schmafety, you know. And we need regulations, because I would rather that capsule be tested a little bit and know that it is pressurized. So at least if I hop in it and I start going down, at least they tried. You know what I mean? People don't know how to build things anymore. Just think about that. I'm old. I grew up when cars were still made out of metal and steel, really heavy things. And now it's like you can kick it a little too hard and it dents in and pops back out. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. We're just not evolving or something. But anyway, just moving on. So, that's him. Safety is a pure waste. Yeah. So, let me see here. So anyway, kind of all I really have to say. Conspiracies. I don't know if there's a billionaires club at the bottom of the sea. I I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I'm seeing some thoughts that they're not really dead. They fake their death, that kind of stuff. I'm not ready to go there yet. That gets really crazy, and I'm not sure I want to get really crazy. But it's just, so we know that the Titanic is being eaten up by the bacteria in the sea. But like I said before, it's always bothered me that people are going down there because there's something there that us regular folks don't know about. And there's got to be treasure there. There's got to be something that's, bringing people there. So, yeah, I got no more thoughts. I want to thank you all for, coming in. Someone sent a nice little comment the other night on my little live where I got to know StreamYards, and they made fun of me for not having high numbers. And I just thought, does that matter? Who starts out with high numbers? I've enjoyed doing live streams so far. So here I am. And if 5 people show up and we have a great conversation, I'm happy. So I appreciate everyone who comes out and takes time out of their day to stop in. So Sylvia Earle, speak years ago. Oh, yes. Right. I know. See, here's the thing. It's like, so yeah, I mean, I don't want to come across as rude about Stockton Rush and anyone else. Like I said, there's a lot of money and a lot of brains on that capsule. It did just, for the sake of what's on the surface, what the news is reporting, okay, there was an implosion. Supposedly it was made out of carbon fiber, etc., which would create like a tin can crush, boom, and him saying, you know, safety is just pure waste, that really ticked me off. I don't understand, because it's like, I also don't think the billionaire and his son weren't smart either. Everyone on that capsule was smart. Yes. Yes, the French, yeah, that's what I'm saying about the brains. There was it, you know, yes, and I mean, I refer to him as the brains. I mean, I just don't understand. So, you know, yeah, we have this guy saying, you know, safety is such a waste, but the French diver, Mr. Titanic, wouldn't have continued on with Stockton Rush, the CEO, if he felt the guy, you know, the whole safety is a waste was such a problem, you know. I'm just, I don't know. um I'm not quite sure what to think of any of it, or even what to make of it. It's got my teeny tiny drying up brain thinking, though. Um yeah, I used to be very, very, very interested in astrophysics, engineering, and um, the ocean. When I was younger, the movie The Abyss came out, and that I was just like, that does it. I'm going deep sea. You know, I think I was like in sixth grade. Um, that was a cool movie back then. Um, I wanted to do this stuff. Um, not afraid of water. So this, you know, it just always it's always interested me. And oh, huh. I had not heard of that. You know, Kim Wells sounds so familiar, and huh. I will have to look that up. And hmm. Okay, Zoe, you are going to have to, let's do another live about this kind of stuff, because um I do kind of want to do more on this. And God, murdered. True crime just creeps me out. We're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to check that out. And yeah, see, I wanted to play videos and do some really cool things, and you know, but you just never know who's going to come in and copyright you and shut you down. So I was like, well, guess it's going to be kind of a boring live. um but yeah, I will look into that. And you know, I also my back gets really, really, really angry at me and gets sore if I sit for a certain amount of time to do lives. So it's I could sit here for a long time and do things, but my back starts getting angry at me. So I would like to do more lives. Okay, so I will look this up and let me. And I will come back, and I think I lost Jessica somewhere. I really appreciate everyone for coming in here and being so nice in chat. Not having to be moderated. I really appreciate it because it's really scary. I've seen some really weird stuff go on in chats. Okay, so I have that in here. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, thank you for... Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, they decided not to air it. Well, phooey. Well, see, I love documentaries, but sometimes they can be so they can either be very well done or they can be very like okay. I had wanted to do a live about the Natalia Grace documentary on God, you can't even say HBO Max anymore, can you? Anyway, Max, Discovery ID, they're all like meshed together now. I watched that. That's just a shit show, you guys. I was like, I want to do a live about this. I want to talk to people who have watched this too, because a couple of years ago I had a whole different opinion, and then I watched that and I was like, wow. So are there YouTube videos about Kim Wall? Any like really good YouTube videos? You know what? I can look them up myself. I won't let anyone else do the work for me. Wow, that's so creepy. The thing about the ocean is I love the ocean, but the ocean creeps me out. Does anyone else just like love the ocean, but like you love it and it creeps you out? Like, I don't know. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So okay, so I have a question. Man, we need to do a panel then. Okay, so you're kind of I like the way you think. So I can't like I want to safely put the sentence together without making a incorrect statement. See, and I don't know about this case. Okay. So, okay. Do you feel okay? Like I'm kind of I don't know. I see. I don't want to say anything that uh maybe I should keep my mouth shut. Basically, do you think that like somebody on this recent thing was very much at fault without like meaning to take everyone down? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to be so careful. I don't want someone to come at me going, no, that's not nice. Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about this recent thing, and I'm talking about the CEO. Do you think that that maybe he was a little he was just kind of like, if we're going down, we're going to do it my way. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But he wasn't like trying to on purposely like take anyone down. You know what I mean? Now I just sound goofy. I'm like, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I'm like, because I'm kind of getting the gist of this other case, and I'm like, ooh, I have a lot of like material to watch tonight. Wow. Okay. Yeah, see, there's been people talking about harmful intent. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. See, when when you started talking, I was like, "Oh no. No." Um there was some talk on a news channel, and they were streaming live, and this lawyer was like, "Oh, there's definitely a way to sue for like intent," and like they were bringing up all this law talk, and I was like, that's not good. It's really not good. So yeah, I was like, oh man, I don't want it to turn into something like that, you know. Um yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to look into this, and I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this live. I really, really, really try. um, I will do another live. I don't know when. I am still doing that video about my neighbor because there's a lot to discuss. I would like to do a live, but I don't want to be distracted. Yeah. Yep. I gotcha. Um yeah. All right. So I really appreciate everyone being here, and I really do. Um uh I will be doing the video about my neighbor. It will probably be in parts. I have quite a story to tell. It was pretty bad. I've said that in my last live. Uh this Colleen Ballinger thing is pretty bad. Well, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you. Please come back. I uh I don't know if anyone here knows about my video that's coming up about my neighbor, but I brought up in my community post that I live across the street from a groomer, just like Colleen Ballinger. And a lot of stuff happened back in 2015, and she's back at it again. And yeah, I wanted to tell my story. Sherry, hello. I'm glad you're here. I'm about to end, darling. I changed the time, so I apologize about that. Some people said it was too late, so I was like, well, you know, it's Friday night. But anyway, so I'm going to tell the story about my neighbor. Yes, she is a terrible, terrible, terrible woman. And well, thank you for doing a replay. I appreciate you, Sherry. I hope you enjoy it, and I appreciate you coming here. I really do. I appreciate you taking time to be here. So the neighbor is wicked, and she's slowly starting after let's see, God, 5 years. After 5 years, she's slowly starting to trickle teenagers back to her house. Anyway, so I just want you guys to stay tuned. I will do it in parts because I have learned in the past nobody wants an hour-and-a-half long video. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope to see everyone come back. Yes, Sherry. Yes. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. So yeah, thank you so much. I will see you again. Bye-bye.